I came up with some scenarios here based on using a particular a home purchase scenario. And I started with some assumptions. That is a home price that's going to be 800,000. Why did I pick that number? Well, in a lot of markets, certainly here in the Coachella Valley, but other markets as well, that price level is sort of a soft spot. In other words, what I mean by that is that, for lower price homes, say 500 or less, there's pretty decent activity. Those homes tend to go faster in terms of getting sold. And then, of course, the other segment is the above $1 million. That's pretty strong. And those homes in a lot of markets tend to go pretty quick. Where things are a little bit softer, a little bit slower, longer days on market and so forth is in that high 100s, approaching $1 million, but not quite there. So I used 800,000 with a 20% down payment, which results in a $640,000 loan amount, and using a current rate of 6.5% for a 30-year fixed. Well, your monthly principal and interest is $4,045. Now, if you're looking at a home at that price level and you got that 20% down payment, what are your options? Well, in scenario one, I'm going to give you two options. The most common one is if somebody thinks there's some flexibility in the price, if you will, and you're a buyer, then the most common approach is to offer something below list. Now, I call that somewhat of an uncreative option. And here's why. Now, if you offer $785, you're asking for a $15,000 concession. Your loan amount with 20% down is going to be lower. It's $628 instead of $640. And at that 6.5% rate, you are going to get a lower monthly payment, principal and interest of $39.69. It saves you $76 a month. That's lunch money, I call it. Not a huge savings, but that's the benefit of offering, $15,000 below list. Or I would argue a better approach is offer the full price, offer 800, but you still want that 15,000 concession. Well, it turns out that 15,000 concession will pay for a 2-1 interest rate buy down. So at 800 full price offer, if you ask for 15,000 seller credit, you're still giving the seller that net of 785. But with that 15,000 credit, what you would do with your 20% down, your loan amount at 640, you can use that to fund a 2-1 buy down. So your first year interest rate's not at 6.5, it's at 4.5. And then second year at 5.5. Well, that first year payment at 4.5 is $32.42. Now that's $803 lower than what you would be looking at if you just got that lower price offer with no buy down at $39.69. $803 lower.